people signing in. That's okay, I'm sure there'll be more. So we're going to just bring ourselves down to the mat. And I want to focus on really tuning into these deep stabilizing muscles today. So we're going to start off quite slowly, and then we're going to build onto it with some more and more challenging moves. And then by the end, there's a very challenging move, which I dare you to have a go. Okay, so we're just going to relax down, just turn the head a couple of times inside, just sink down into the floor, just take a couple of deep breaths as well. So make sure that your feet are now flat on the floor, your head's back to center, and your legs feel relaxed. So you shouldn't have your feet so close to your body that your knees feel like they're kind of bunched up or uncomfortable. We want to just be comfortable for the moment. So we're just going to think about moving the pelvis now. So the pelvis moves in many directions, but the 4 directions we're going to do today, I want you to imagine that your pelvis is like a clock face, and we're moving through the 6 and 12, nice and slowly and gently. Just notice what happens to any muscles as you do this. So generally, as you arch your back away, you feel a stretch. And then as you tuck your pelvis and push your lower back slightly more into the floor, you'll feel a tightening across the front of the hips. So just do that a few times. And just try and think of activating those muscles in the low belly by lifting them in and up. So keep a light tension on those muscles, but not so tense that you can't breathe and you're gritting your teeth. Yes, you want a light tension there. And now we're going to move the pelvis from side to side. So you're just going to lift the outside slightly from side to side. So this is our 3 and our 9 position. So just get some movement into the pelvis. For some of us, this is going to be quite challenging because we might not move our pelvis around too much. And the muscles around the pelvis can get quite stuck, can get quite rigid. So this is a really nice one just to loosen up so that we can move a bit more freely. Even I don't do this one very often, but it is such a good one. Okay, now we're going to try and move our pelvis around the whole clock face. So we're going to go from 12 to 3 to 6 to 9, yeah? So you're going to take it around. So you're going to go 12, over to the side, back to the 6, and over to the 9. So we're going clockwise in our clock face movement of our pelvis at the moment. Now you're not lifting your bottom off of the floor, you're just shifting your pelvis, the weight from side to side and front and back. Okay, so this side for me, clockwise is quite easy. I'm pretty sure what I remember is that anti-clockwise is not so easy. So let's try and go in the other direction. The right side of my pelvis is quite tight, so I really have to think about it to get it to move. So do maybe 3 or 4 in each direction. And then come back to the center so that your pelvis is just level and relaxed. You're not arching, you're not tucking, you're not doing anything, just let it be as it wants to be. Okay, so relax the arms down by the side of you, relax the shoulders, relax the face. We're going to do some simple knee drops to really get into those muscles between your hip bones, deep stabilizers. Okay, so we're going to inhale, drop the front knee, and then exhale, pull it back. So try not to let the pelvis rock. Other side, so take the other leg out, inhale, just turn on the foot, and exhale to pull those muscles in and bring everything back to center. Let's keep going, alternating. So you're just turning on the outside of the foot. You're not twisting or rocking with the pelvis. Try and keep it fairly still. Good. So you're inhaling to drop, exhaling to come back in. What might happen here is that your inner thighs start to shake a little bit. If they do, that's good. It means they're waking up. So the inner thigh muscles are connected to the pelvic floor muscles. The pelvic floor muscles all work with our core muscles, so it's all interconnected. Good, let's do 2 more. So I said it start gently. This is the gentle bit. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to keep our head down for most of these beginning moves, which is nice because our neck stays nice and relaxed and our shoulders stay relaxed. We will bring our head up for the hundreds, but we'll build up to that. Okay, so just rest your hands again by the side of you. Now you're going to push your left leg away, straighten it, and then lift it up. And then you're going to take it all the way back down, slide it back in. Other side. So push away, just keep the heel slightly off the floor, lift it up on the exhale, lower down and bring it back in. So push away, inhale, exhale, float up, inhale to lower, exhale back in. So it's a slow movement. You're just alternating. You're just stretching those legs as long as you can. Should feel nice on the leg muscles, but it's all coming from this lower belly area that is controlling your hips, keeping them stable. So it's almost like you're kind of scooping up with your foot as you lift it up, and then as you lower, you're just stretching away. Scoop and lift and down. Let's do one more each side. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to float our legs up to tabletop. So you're going to take one leg and the other leg. Reach your hands out. Make sure your flat part of your palm is resting on your knee, and your arms are should be fully extended when you're in the right position. If your arms are bent, then your knees are too close. So you want your knees to be right above your hips, and then just give your knees a bit of a push. You should feel something activating in the lower abdominals just by doing this. So you could just do this for 5 minutes a day and get stronger. Hey, result. So you don't have to take 45 minutes out of your day if you want to squeeze some Pilates in. This is just a good way of strengthening your lower abdominals. Okay, now we're going to take the leg out, keep the hand there, bring it back into exactly that point. So you really notice as you take that leg away, it's a little bit more challenging from what we just did because we're starting in this tabletop position. Whew, it's already challenging. Good. So I'm keeping it simple, like I said today. Simple but effective. Should we do 4 more? 4, 3. Keep your hands in exactly the same position. 2 and 1. Excellent. Just hug the legs in. Just give the lower back a little stretch, and you can maybe rock a little bit if you feel like you need it right now. Okay, so we're going to just bring our knees and our feet together, arms out to the side, take a lying side stretch. So knees come over to one side, they might meet the floor, they might not, but your shoulders need to stay down. Okay, so you're going to inhale, feel this stretch on the outside of the rib and the side waist. And then I want you to exhale and pull your ribs down to the mat. So exhale, rib to mat, knees come back to center. Magic. Over to the other side. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull back. You can use your arms on the floor to help lift the legs as well. That's not cheating. Inhale over. Exhale back. I can feel this strongly. Okay, over. So just take your legs to where they will naturally go, whereas it's challenging, but it's not impossible. So you might just be here and then coming straight back. As long as it's controlled and you're feeling some muscle activation and you're feeling strong and solid, that's where you want to be. 1 more each side. And back to center. Excellent. And then hug those knees in again. Okay, so now we're going to do 100 because we need to. And it's just a basic one today. So just find a nice comfortable position for your legs, whether your feet stay down on the floor or you come to tabletop or you stretch your legs up to the ceiling, a little bit easier, lower, and even harder. So your choice where you want your legs to be. We're just going to reach our arms back behind us, take a little stretch first of all, big inhale, and then exhale, use your abdominals to lift you up. So a comfortable position, hands mid-thigh. Start pumping the arms, keep it going. So make sure you can still breathe in this position, but you're reaching your fingers super long. So keep your chin a little bit tucked as if you have a little tangerine underneath your chin, between your chin and your chest. And then if you want to add on the challenge, once you've found your position of choice, bring the knees in or extend the legs. Keep the arms going though, nice and straight and super fast. Let's go. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling and exhaling. In with the air and out with the air. If it's getting really warm where you are, then the little breeze that you're creating with your hands should be nice and cooling around the legs. Keep it going. If you've got your legs fully extended, squeeze them together, squeeze the knees and the feet. It's going to help you. Keep the arms going. Don't let any bend in the elbows or the wrist happen. Keep it going. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. If you can, come up 1 more millimeter. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more sets. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Final set, getting warm. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. That's the hardest part of the class. Pretty much done. Should be a lot warmer now. And you should be feeling that the blood's moving around the body quite a lot now. So that just flushes out any kind of toxins that we might have. Probably don't have any because we're also good. Okay, so we're going to take our legs up now towards the ceiling. Hands come back to the floor. When your arms are resting on the floor, keep them active, okay? Don't let them sit there and do nothing. Push the shoulders down and the upper arms down into the mat. That's going to keep your upper body active as well and strengthen it. So this one, we're going to lower the legs just slightly off of 90 degrees. Head staying down again if you want to. You can lift it up if you want more of a challenge, but I'm going to keep mine down for now. And then we're just going to cross the legs forwards and back and change. Hopefully you can just about see my feet. I think they're slightly out of camera. So crisscross the legs. Nice and easy right now. But we're going to make it a little bit more challenging because why not? So 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fingers come to temples. We bring the knees into that tabletop position and we go straight into crisscross. So we're going to lift up and bring your shoulder towards the opposite knee and then center. Twist, center. Twist, center. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Head comes down, arms rest. We go straight back to the crisscross. We're going to do 3 sets of each. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to crisscross. Nice and slow just to get into it. And then we twist, center, twist, center. Exhale as you twist. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now on this last set, you have a progression if you want it. So you can take your legs a little bit lower, 45 degrees, no lower though. And then we're here. So nice and fast now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we have a progression for crisscross if you want it. Lift the head up. Now as you cross, you're going to reach the arm that you would kind of twist over, you're going to reach your hand towards your foot. That's an option if you want it, or stay with the other version. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Hug the knees in. Okay, we've definitely activated our abdominals now from all angles. Okay, so we're going to now roll up to seated. And we're going to do spine twist. So spine twist, you can be cross-leg position, or you can be legs stretched out. You can take them wide, whatever is comfortable for you. You just want to make sure your spine is straight and your shoulders stay down and relaxed. So whatever you need to do, you can even do this sitting in a chair if you want to. I'm going to just cross my legs because I find it more comfortable. Okay, so we will start off. I'm just going to angle myself to the side. Start off with the fingers kind of pressed together in a kind of prayer position, underneath the chin, thumbs on the sternum, glued there. This is just going to keep our upper body in the right position all the way through. So breathe in and grow nice and tall through the crown of the head. And then you're going to twist to the left. So you're going to exhale and just twist as far as you can with that exhale, as far as you can go. Inhale back to center. This is the most effective way to do spine twist without distorting and kind of racing with our head and not our body. So let's go again. Exhale, twist. It's slow, it's precise. You should feel it in your ribs and in your side waist. Let's go again. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, all the air out. Keep those thumbs glued to your sternum. Our super glue is working. Exhale, twist. And this is quite a challenging one for some of us. So we're only going to do 6. Let's do 2 more. Just to give us a bit of mobility in the thoracic spine. Again, not really a movement that we do very often with such control. So it's so good for the spine. And then let the hands go. Okay, let's do a little bit of abdominal and a little bit of control for the pelvis as well. So we're going to take our legs a little bit further out than we would do if we were rolling. So we're not rolling yet. We're going to do some half roll backs. Now, when I say half roll back, we're going to roll back roughly halfway, but if it bothers your lower back in any way, just roll back a tiny amount. You don't have to come all the way down to halfway. You can keep it up a little bit higher. So you're going to reach the arms out in front of us, shoulder high. Sit tall and grow as you inhale. Exhale and start to tuck the pelvis. I want you to pull your left elbow back at shoulder height and follow it with your eyes. And then inhale, shoot back up to where you started. So this is all about that spinal control, that segmental control. And we exhale again. So as we exhale, right elbow comes back and you follow it. A bit like a bow and arrow. And inhale to come back up. This is a slightly kinder version I'm giving you today. Exhale. And inhale. So it's good for our shoulders as well. A little bit of mobility there. Exhale back, right arm. And as you've done a few of them, you might get a bit warmer and think, I can go a bit lower now. Exhale. Inhale. Just go where it feels good. Don't put yourself in any pain. If you're feeling it in your tailbone, if your floor's quite hard, then maybe just make the movement smaller. Always exhaling to come back, always inhaling to come back up. That feels good. Exhale. And inhale. Let's just do 2 more and then we're done on this one. Whose abs are starting to shake? Hopefully not just mine. And then back up. Let's reach those arms up. Let's just let the legs fall open and just fold forward over them. Just to let the spine relax. Whew. Good. Okay. So we are going to come onto our front now. And do a little bit of back of the body work. So we want our feet to be roughly hip distance. We're going to do single leg, double leg kick and see how we get on from there. Maybe a bit of swan dive. So single leg kick, we're going to stay up on our elbows. They want to be underneath your shoulders and you're going to bring your palms together and put them down on the floor. So I want you to think about pulling your belly up slightly away from the floor rather than kind of arching your back and just hanging out here like you're watching TV. Just think about lifting up that belly slightly and keeping that lift and a nice strong shoulder shape. Don't think about anything else with the upper body now. It's all about the lower body. So I want you to stretch your both legs so long that your kneecaps lift off the floor. Try and keep them both lifted as you kick, kick, and that foot comes down. Then you kick, kick with the other foot. Now keep your foot loose so that it's floppy. But squeeze your bottom so that it's not floppy. Go for it. Quick kick and kick, kick. Kick, kick and kick, kick. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. That's a toughie. Okay, now we're going to rest our head down on the floor. Hopefully you can still see the screen by looking to the side. Double leg kick, we're going to turn our head from side to side after each repetition so that we don't cause any imbalance in our neck muscles. Hands are going to come around behind us. Grab hold of one hand with the fingers, whichever hand is more comfortable for you. Bring the hands up as high as you can onto the middle back and drop elbows down. This time legs are together. Same thing applies though. So I want you to think about lifting the kneecaps slightly, harder to do with both legs, admittedly. And then I want you to kick 3 times this time. Still keeping the feet loose, feet come down. Head and chest lifts and you squeeze your shoulder blades as if you're trying to crack a walnut in between them. Head comes down, kick 3, 2, 1. Head and chest lift, reach arms back as if someone's pulling you back by your hands. Head down, kick 3, 2, 1. And reach. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can keep your legs lifted on that part, but it's not essential. Lift up, 2 more to go. We're almost there. Kick 3, 2, 1. And lift. One last time. 3, 2, 1. Reach and hold here. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. We're going straight into swimming. So we're going to slide the hands up and then push them away. Slide the hands up over the head, reach, push, palms away. Good, keep it going. So we dive down slightly when we reach our arms out, and then we lift our head and our chest as we push the water away. Obviously, it's imaginary water here. 3 more. 2. And 1. Good. Now bring the arms out to the side. So the fingers are resting on the floor, a bit like suckers, and your elbows are bent. Okay, now we're going to lift up. First off, so legs are staying down on this one, so just relax the legs. We're going to lift the head up, but I want you to imagine that you're pushing a marble with your nose to lift it off the floor, and that's automatically going to lift the upper body up. Squeeze the shoulder blades and activate our upper back muscles. If you can lift the hands and then put them back down again as you lower the same way. Don't worry if you can't lift the hands though, you can still do the same thing. So we're lifting up, light pressure on the fingertips, not pushing on the floor for dear life. You can just stay here or lift the hands and then lower. Let's do 4. That was 4. Sorry, I put my head on the mat and probably muffled my voice. Lift, lower. When you lift the hands, keep those muscles activated in exactly the same way. It's just a slightly stronger contraction. Really feel those upper back muscles coming to life. How many we got left? 2. It's a bit like a lying down zombie. Hands to the floor and lower. Well done. So you're probably feeling that in your mid to upper back. So we're going to have a little stretch. Hands under shoulders. Lift up. Push yourself back. Bottom to your heels. Try and keep your back rounded slightly though by lifting your belly up. Okay. So we're coming back forward. We're still staying in the same position with our bodies facing down. We're going to do some planks now. So if you're not a fan of planks, I'm going to help you learn to love them. Okay, we're simplifying them. We're doing straightforward planks and side planks if you want to, but you can always miss the side planks if that's too much. So come to all fours, first of all. Hands at the very end of your mat to give yourself room to stretch your legs. So belly's lifted in and up. We're going to just take a little stretch first. So we're going to round the back and let the head drop. Exhale all the air out. And then inhale. Take a stretch the opposite way. So tailbone up, belly relaxes. 1 more each way. Exhale around. Scoop the belly in and up. Inhale. Let the belly go. So we want somewhere in between those 2 muscle activations. Not too strongly lifted up, but not too relaxed. Okay, let's stretch our right leg back. So nothing else changes. My hips don't move and my toes are tucked under. Now quickly to get into plank, we just do the same thing, left leg. If it's really challenging, come straight out and down. So you can just keep practicing this to get stronger. If you're already feeling strong and you want more of a challenge, you're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees come down. Have a little rest, sit back, rotate the wrists. Okay, so we're going to do that one more time. We're going to hold in a plank for 10 seconds, and then I'm going to go straight into the side planks. Like I said before, you can join in, or you can just hold in a plank, or you can just do that progressive plank where you come out and go back in, come out, go back in. Up to you, lots of choices. Okay, straight back in, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we go straight into side plank. So we're going to lift the front arm up and we're here. We only hold for a brief second. We come to forward plank and then we go to the back. Keep alternating. You can also do this on your knees. So you're here and you're just straightening the top leg. Each time, you're going to get stronger over time. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Come back to forward plank, knees come down. Let's just sit back and rest. Nice deep breaths here. Okay, we're going to come onto side lying, just for a little bit of side lying. Don't have too much of it today. So we're saving our side lying kicks for our final move. Oh, I bet you're all excited to know what that is. So we're not going to do that yet, but we are going to set up the same way. So feet at the front of the mat, body in line with the back of the mat, hips stacked, knees stacked, everything's in alignment, we're looking good. Top leg is just going to come down in line with the body and toes touch the floor. Hand resting here or hand in the air. We lift up and down, but we keep the underneath waist lifted. So belly's lifted in and up, and our underneath waist is lifted, and to keep everything in that position, we're stretching that top leg as long as we can out of the hip. So it's probably feeling okay at the moment. But we're going to do about 20 more of these, so keep it going. We want to get to the point where we're feeling a little bit fatigued and warm in those hip muscles, and that's coming up. I'd say it's probably starting around now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to tap, lift up and tap in front on the floor, lift up, tap behind. So the lifting part is the hard bit. So we breathe out on that one. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, oh, it's burning now, and 1. Whew, okay, you can just bend that knee and just give the hip a little tap if you need it. I definitely do. Okay, then we bring our legs back in line with the body, lay out on the arm. This is a lovely, real full body strengthener. So we stretch our legs and our feet come off the floor. They might already be there. You go straight into it when you're used to this move. It feels so nice. So squeezing the legs together, lifting them up just in line with the body, no higher needed. And just breathe and hold. Feeling strong in the legs. Just make sure when you glance down, you can still see your toes at least. Otherwise, they're too far behind you. So try and bring them in front of the body a little bit more so that we're in alignment. Squeeze the bottom. Keep holding. This is a long hold, this one today. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to lower both legs. That was a really small move. Now we're going to lift the top leg, lift the bottom leg to join it, and lower down. Lift, lift, lower. Lift, lift, lower. Lift, lift, lower. Lift, lift, lower. One more. Lift, lift, lower. Now both legs come up. Fast scissors. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Okay, bring the knees in. Try not to touch the floor of your feet. Spin yourself around. And then line up on the other side. Okay, depending on what you're wearing on your lower half, it might have been easy or not so easy to spin. Okay, feet back into that position. Top leg is on its own in line with the body. Stretch it long. Arm in the air for more. Lift and lower. So we don't go too high on this lift, but keep belly lifted in and up. Squeezing gently on both sides of your bottom. Remember, we did quite a few of these. So have to do the same on the other side. And then we do that kind of up and over arc position. That's coming up. Keep stretching the body long wherever you can. Even the neck, nice and straight in line with the spine. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we lift it up as high as you can, tap in front. Lift and back, lift, tap, and back. Whew. Push down on the foot that's on the floor. That's really going to help to keep everything stable, and so that your top leg doesn't need to work quite so hard if you activate the bottom leg. If you completely relax that bottom leg, you'll notice that the top leg's getting more tired. So full body, all in, all or nothing. 2 more. 1 more. Woo. And then bring that knee forward and give it a tap if it needs it. I'm sure it does. Okay, long body, lay on your arm. I always position myself that I can't stretch my arm out on here. It's always holding onto the sofa. Okay, stretch the legs long, squeeze and lift. This is a long hold, remember, we're here for about 20 seconds. So stretch your toes away from your face as far as you can. Look down, just make sure you can still see them. They're not off into the distance behind your body. So we don't have an instructor there to correct us on our positions, so I try my best to try and cue you up without seeing you all out there in internet land. Okay, keep lifting the legs, but not any higher than the body, not just yet. So stretch them long rather than going high on this one. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we have that lower lift. So we bring the legs down, lift top leg, lift bottom leg, and lower both. Lift, lift, lower. Lift, lift, lower. Lift, lift, lower. 3 more. 1 more. And then we lift both legs up. We have those fast, small scissors. Both legs stay super straight, no bend at the knee. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Okay, come onto your back. So if we can just do a little stretch for the glutes just before we go into shoulder bridges. How long have we got? We're all good. Okay, so you're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee, push the knee out to the side, keep the head down. If you can't feel stretch here and you're like, not me, then reach through and you should feel the stretch now. So as you pull that knee in towards your chest, you should feel it on the outer hip here. Try and keep the head down, rest of the body relaxed, no tension anywhere else. You can rock a little bit. I quite like to do that. Just gives a bit more of a rounded stretch, but if you're feeling it fine and you don't feel the need to do that, that's up to you. Totally your choice, it's your class. Do what feels good. Okay, foot comes down, let's swap over. Flex the foot, push knee out. Now, just remember both sides may not feel the same, so go where feels good for you. You might feel it here again. If not, reach through the gap, pull in. Keep trying to push your knee out as well with your elbow. I find that just increases the stretch even more. And every time you breathe in, imagine sending the oxygen into those muscle fibers that are feeling a little bit achy. And then every time you exhale, just let go of any tension. Anywhere in the body. 1 more breath in and exhale. Okay, feet come back down. Let's bring them in a little bit closer for shoulder bridge prep. So we've done a little bit of articulation and tucking of the pelvis already with our half roll back, so our pelvis is nice and warm, and we also did the clock at the beginning, so we should be feeling good in the pelvis. So let's move it. Let's exhale and tuck slightly, so pushing the lower back into the floor, not violently, just gently and softly, and then just start to peel the hips up into the air. Push down on your upper arms. You can make fists if you want to, just to make a point of it. Really strong in the upper arms and the shoulders. We stay here at the top. We take an inhale and then exhale as you melt down all the same way you went up there. So upper back, middle back, waist, lower back, tailbone. Let's come up again. Exhale. Let's now stay up here for 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale, melt down. Okay, on the next one, you can take the arm option that I'm going to show you, or you can just hold at the top of your shoulder bridge, up to you. So exhale, heel away, push down on the arms initially, find a nice comfortable position, and then once you're up there, just stay there and breathe. Or if you want to add the arms, you're going to inhale, take the arms back behind you. Leave them where they are, and as you exhale, try and move your knees as if you're trying to move them forward. So you can see I've got a little movement here. My knees are moving forward, and then I'm going to try and lower my back down so that my tailbone is further away than it was when I lifted it up. So we're trying to stretch our spine a little bit here, and then bring the hands back. Let's try that one more time. So we're going to come up. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, try and stretch the spine even further. It's probably not physically possible, but we're just trying to stretch the muscles around the spine, just because we get a little bit of compression throughout the day. So your spine and your neck should feel a lot freer after this one. Okay, let's come back down if you're not already there, and then just turn the head from side to side. Just give a little neck stretch, nice gentle stretch. Try and turn your head as far as you can, each side, and back to center. Okay, let's have knees in. So we're going to do a final little ab challenge before we move into some other exercises, kneeling. So we're going to come into double leg stretch, because we haven't done that yet. I think it's a nice one now that our abs are really primed. So we're going to lift our head up and almost try and touch, if you can, your forehead towards your knees. So this is our rest position. Then we're going to inhale, stretch our arms back in line with the ears, legs away, squeeze them together. Exhale, back in. So that's the move. We're going to progressively hold for longer. So we're going to start with a hold of 1 second, and we're going to end with a hold of 6 seconds. If it's too much at any point, just come out of it and rest. Otherwise, let's challenge ourselves. We've only got 6. So let's inhale, hold for 1, back in. Exhale. Inhale, stretch and hold for 2, 1, back in. Getting ready to go for our 3, halfway. Inhale and reach. 3, 2, 1, and back. I'll try and count a little bit faster when we get to 6. Okay, we're reaching out. Inhaling. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and round it in. We're over halfway. We've only got 2 to go. We can smash it. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And our final stretch out. 6 seconds. We can do it. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug it in, lower head. So hold them behind your knees and just stretch the knees in towards you. Try and pull your knees back towards your shoulders. So take your legs a little bit wider. Whew, okay, so we're gonna, because we haven't done any rolling yet, we're gonna add in a little rolling challenge that comes into almost a teaser position. So make sure I've got a little bit of room in front of me. I think I have enough. So we're gonna hold them behind the knees, and we're just gonna slowly roll until we come up and balance. And then we're just going to roll back down. So bend the knees, roll back slowly and controlled. And then exhale, come back up. Good. Good. Let's do a few more of these. If you want more of a challenge, you can come up and reach the arms away, not holding on. And then we hold on to come back down. 3 to go. So you can keep holding on if you like, or for the last 2, reach up, parallel to the legs. Good. One more time. Woo, nearly lost it. Good, and then let the legs go. Fold over and stretch. Okay, so we've got a final little challenging move to finish with, and it's on our knees. So if you have problems with your knees and you need some extra padding, grab some now or roll your mat over. I've got quite a soft floor, so I'm okay, I think. And I'm just going to make sure. So you might lose the top of my head. Actually, I'll move the camera. I'll try to move the camera. Doesn't always work. Okay, so the important part is to see, not really my head, but more of the knees on the floor and what I'm doing with my arms. Okay, so we're on our knees. Our knees are roughly hip distance, so not too wide. We're going to extend one leg out. I'm just going to take my right leg out, but it doesn't matter which side. And then you're going to bring, if you've got your right leg out, right leg in, right leg out, bring your right arm up, and then you're going to bring your left arm to the floor and your right arm's behind your head, but your hands behind your head, your elbows pointing up to the ceiling. Left hand's here for support. Now we're going to lift the right leg up and down. So this is our first challenge, and this can be quite challenging if you're quite tight in your hips. So just see how you get on. What I want you to do is just make sure that your knee, the bent knee that's on the floor, is right under your hip, so you're not kind of sitting back. So push the hip forward, that'll make it easier. Might make the range a little bit smaller, but it's just better aligned to keep you safe. 3, 2, and 1. Now, if that's challenging enough, just take a little rest. But if you want a final little challenge here, we're going to lift the leg up, and because we missed the side kicks, here they are. Forwards and back. It won't be as big, but we're going to do 5. That was 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come to your knees, swap sides. We have to do the other side, otherwise we're going to be all wonky and unbalanced. Hand comes behind the head, elbow points to the ceiling. Draw your belly in and up, guys. It's going to really help to keep stable here. Hip in line with knee, lift and lower. Simple to start. Then it gets a little bit harder with that kick. But it's so good for our hips and our glutes. All those stabilizing muscles to keep our back safe. You can do a version of this just laying on your side if you prefer. This is too much. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep it up there, kick forward. Even if your leg's here and you're kicking forward, that's fine, okay? You don't have to be super high. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. That's really challenging. So well done if you gave it a go. Let's come around and have a little stretch now. So back down to the floor. Just sit back on your heels and reach your arms forward. A little extra stretch. We're going to place our right hand on top of our left hand, fingers interlace, and turn to the left. Look under your armpit. So your hips are staying up a little bit higher on this stretch just to get the stretch into the side body and the middle and upper back. Change over, right hand to the outside, left hand over the top, turn to the right. Keep breathing nice and deeply here in the stretches. And then just to finish, you're going to lose the top of my head, but I'm going to do a roll up. So I'm going to tuck our toes under, bring our bottom back so that we're in a low crouch, into a forward fold. And then we're going to just slowly start to uncurl the spine as we come up to standing, keeping the head tucked in. So we're slowly going to unravel the spine. Head comes up last. I'm going out of shot there, but we'll roll the shoulders at the top. And we are done for today. Well done, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the class. Let me know if you've got any questions or comments. Otherwise, I'll see you same time next week, Thursday at 12:30. A little sip of water now.